Hi, I'm Richard.
And I'm Anil, and we are the writers of Tartuffe. We decided to adapt Moliere because Greg Doran, the artistic director of the RSC, had the idea and asked us to. Greg's idea was to set the play in amongst the Pakistani Muslim community of Birmingham, which we thought initially was a terrible idea, but once we looked into it, turned out to be brilliant.
Well, it makes the play immediately relevant to a whole different community. Obviously, the original was written for in a Christian country, written about a Christian religion, and as soon as you move it into an Islamic context, suddenly it's different and exciting. I think much more exciting than it would be, I think, if you left it as a Christian central piece.
I mean, the original play was incredibly dangerous and subversive piece of work in 17th century France. Saying the sort of things Moliere was saying about religion could get you in a lot of trouble. And 400 years later, it doesn't feel quite as edgy. So relocating it and re-contemporising it, we hope has given it back that edge to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are lots of places in the world where talking about Christianity is still extremely controversial. I mean, if you went to the deep south in America and started talking about various aspects of religiosity down there, you would probably have something just as controversial. But in this country, it feels like setting it in where we have set it just feels that little bit more, a little bit more Moliere-like in its ability to be controversial, I think.
I think that the important thing is that the original play, the story in the original play, and the characters in the original play are so strong that we realised we didn't really need to change a whole heck of a lot about them. It seems like a huge leap, but it turns out not to be, because it turns out that people are people, and people in 17th century France are basically the same. Families in 17th century France are basically the same as families now. That sort of timelessness means that all the characters and all the interrelationships still work.
I think it can only really work if you take that as a basic tenet, that we're all the same, and we sort of believe that quite strongly. So if we did find ourselves having to do really specific research about a certain group, a certain section of society, then the play's not really going to work, because it won't translate, because not everybody will have been able to do that.
And I think a lot of our,
it's not a homogenous community. I mean, there are so many aspects of the British Pakistani Muslim experience that you could research that for 100 years and never really uncover all of the different aspects of it. Favourite part of the play? Well, I think, look, we come from a sort of comedy background, so we tend to take the gags as read sort of literally, but we take them for granted a bit, and so I think my favourite parts of the play are where the emotional power of the story comes through, and I think there are a couple of places where you really feel upset for in experiencing what the characters are going through. So I was
not for long though. It's
not for long, because
another joke's along soon.
There's a joke coming along soon. But I think those are the moments that for me I've been most pleased about. But I can't take credit for that, because that's Moliere really. So.
So come and see the play. Get tickets now. They are available at the RSC website, which you will find if you stick RSC Tartuffe into Google.